Lovely. I think that's a good teacher's trick, isn't it? Just to not say anything for a while, let everyone calm down. I'm so delighted to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me to talk to you today. I'm Hilary, and I'm the Community and Volunteer Manager at Genesis Trust. And I've been there for the last 5 years, so seen quite a few changes. And Genesis has been part of the Bath scene for the last 32 years, and I'd love just to have a little show of hands if anyone has been a Genesis volunteer or had anything to do with Genesis over the last 32 years. Yeah, thank you. So I want to honour everyone who has helped Genesis over the many years that we've been working in Bath. But things have changed, as things always do, so it's really great to be able to update you on what's happening now and how we are still helping people in Bath. And also to say about the silver linings of COVID, because that must be a big question in many people's minds. Have we managed to get through these last couple of years, and what next? So hopefully I'm going to be able to cover some of the whys, the wheres, the hows, and the whats, really. The heart of Genesis is to love our neighbour. That is the why. Very simple. I sometimes get tied up in knots and thinking about, some clever scriptures or something to explain what we do, but that really is Jesus' command to love our neighbour and to enable other people, churches, volunteers, other organisations to do the same. And obviously in Bath we're helping our most marginalised neighbours, both individuals and families. The vision of Genesis is to see a thriving and supportive community in the Bath area where everyone has a hope and a future. And hope and future are really important to what we do. We believe that everyone has a hope, and we can enable people to find that hope. And everyone has the ability to have a new future. Our strapline is new beginnings, better futures. And that's for everyone, whether it is a client or a guest, as we're now calling them, to our Gateway Centre, or to volunteers, or to me as a staff member. I came to Genesis not having worked for many years because I have children with additional needs, and it gave me a new future, new start, new future, and for that I was very grateful. And we want to model that across everything that we do. So the mission of Genesis is the heart, as I said, is Jesus and his call to love our neighbour. I'm just going to read the formal bit. And our response is to support disadvantaged and vulnerable people in the Bath area, offering opportunities for them to make healthy choices and improve their lives and prospects. And the important bit about our mission is it's not us doing to people, it is helping people to make their own choices. And what do? So we're a Christian charity, we work with churches and volunteers in the wider area of Bath. It's not just the city centre. And we help them to change their lives. And what do? We try to bring compassionate help, but good help. How to help people in a really good and constructive way. We help people in crisis. Many of you will know about our crisis support at our Lifeline and our food bank, but we don't want to just do the crisis bit. We want to do the long-term, long-lasting help for people. And we want to empower them as well, empower them to have a better future. And I will tell you a little bit more about how we can do that. Underneath most of what we're doing, probably all, is recognising poverty is not just about poverty of resources, it's not just about material poverty. There's so much more to what poverty is, and it's called a web of poverty because it can get so tangled. And it's about poverty of identity and poverty of relationships. And many of the people that we're helping have aspects of that. They have lost their family network, they're disconnected from themselves and from the people around them. And that's what we're trying to do, is to help people to reconnect and regain that idea of themselves, and wellness. I know well-being is quite a well-used word at the moment, but wellness, mind, body and soul for wellness, is part of our mission. So, in short, we're offering hope, support and a future to homeless, vulnerable people in the Bath area. And I mentioned the word good help, and this is something that we think very hard about when you're in the business of trying to help people. You know, what is good help? And there's a report, I encourage you to read it, by an organisation called Nesta, about what good help is. And I like to think about somebody in the bottom of a very deep hole, muddy hole, steep sides. You know, how are they going to get out? It's not good help if we get down there in the bottom of the hole with them. And when the rain comes and it makes it even more slippy to get out, we're stuck down with them. So what good help is, metaphorically, putting the ladder down, putting down a helping hand, so the structure is still there when that person is trying to help themselves to get out of the hole. If I had my slide, that would be a much better analogy to use. But that is good help. Not doing it for people, not giving people, you know, you must do this. It is working with all our guests and clients to help them to help themselves. So, even 3 years ago, we would have said we are 10 interlinking projects. Actually, now we are 4. COVID saw the shut of Soup Run and our lunchbox, so 2 of our great food projects had to stop. But we are working on a new plan, which I'll tell you about in a minute. So we have our life projects, Genesis Life projects, which have operate out of the Gateway Centre on the London Road, and it's here that we see some amazing transformations. We've brought together our Lifeline, which supports people really on the edge, rough sleepers, people who live on boats, people who are very vulnerably housed, but also people who are housed but just don't have those connections, as I mentioned, are on their own, are isolated, lonely, can't talk to their landlord, can't access the internet for their benefits. So a lot of the work we'll be doing with Lifeline is one-to-one, really intentional, intensive work with people. But we're still offering washing machines, clothes, food to take away, breakfast, all the crisis support, but also one-to-one support with the staff to help move on to that long-term lasting solutions for them, that better future. We hope to run from Lifeline something called Life Connect, which will provide food and opportunities through meals, as we were doing with the Soup Run and the Lunchbox. We will start a new project to provide meals, and it's not just about food, it's not just about calories, it's about sitting down together and having that community and connection with other people. At our life projects, we have our life skills, something that we've done for many years successfully, looking at the wellness and well-being activities to help people to again feel part of a community and to connect with themselves and their identity. And we do some fantastic things. We do drumming, animation, art therapy, music therapy. We are currently making a wonderful mosaic of a phoenix to celebrate the Jubilee. And anything physical, we might have chair-based yoga, all sorts of wonderful, exciting activities, but also some practical things as well, like cooking, healthy cooking on a budget. So truly life skills, but also community orientated. But the big thing I wanted to tell you about that's new to Genesis is our life course. And it has run, we've had 5 courses now, it's an 8-week course, and we started this on the September 2020, so right in the middle of the first year of the pandemic. And it's a recovery course, and it needs commitment, but people come along twice a week to help themselves with their recovery from whether it's addictions or mental health difficulties or trauma or things that have just kept them really stuck in where they are. So this course has been transformational. We're very, very excited about it. One woman, Annie, who has been coming, who did one course, she's now actually going to be one of our volunteers, and she's going to be really helping life skills and life course to carry on with our activities. You know, she's now working through her addiction problems. She's able to get out of the house, she's able to re-engage, and so we're so delighted that this life course has been able to help her on her recovery and all the other people that we're helping as well. And from the life course, we're going to create pathways, because what happens when somebody comes on a course, they come and engage with us, what happens then? And we want to be able to mentor people, to help them on their long-term journey. We want to journey with people and to keep them, to keep loving them, to keep loving our neighbours, not just dropping them when they've finished the course. So please watch this space for our Pathways programmes. We will be asking for some mentors if that is something that you would be interested in. So the other projects that we've got, I could talk all day, I'm really sorry, I'm having to whiz through it, but many of you will know about Bath Food Bank. Genesis Trust has Bath Food Bank as one of its projects. It's a bit complicated because it's a Trussell Trust food bank, but it sits within Genesis Trust locally. And you can imagine, sadly, it's very much needed in Bath. We have 3 areas that are classified as highly deprived in the city, which is shocking. And we're supporting many families, many individuals with crisis emergency food. And we're also supporting some of the other agencies around the city, like the pantries, which is a move-on opportunity for people in need. So the new thing about Bath Food Bank is that we've reopened our distribution centres after the pandemic. We had to go to delivery only, but we've reopened our distribution centres at Manvers Street and at St Michael's Church in Twerton. They have the Lighthouse Centre there, and we're wanting to create hubs so people come and they can access the emergency food that they need, but also they can access help from Citizens Advice or Clean Slate or Debt Advice, but also access their community. So, for example, if they were in Twerton, they can find out what's going on at the Lighthouse Centre and what's going on at St Michael's and what groups they might be able to join, which we're really excited about. And we're going to be opening a new food bank centre at St Philip's in Odd Down, St Philip's and St James, which will happen in September. So again, meeting that local community. And running through everything that we're doing is local people helping local people. You know, as the reading from James described, you know, we need to show our faith through the things that we do. And Genesis Trust enables people to be able to help their local neighbours, their marginalised neighbours. Many people will know Genesis from our furniture shop. If you've donated furniture to Furniture Shop, thank you so much. We are really grateful. It's changed, no surprise there, things change. And before we had a real walk-in shop in Oldfield Park. Sadly, that had to shut at the beginning of the pandemic, but we've gone online. And we've had a year of selling through eBay with a warehouse out in Burnett. And it's been so successful, we are really delighted. So the purpose of the furniture shop is to raise money for our other charitable work, but we're also supporting people through what we're calling agency sales. So an organisation may have a client of their own who needs furniture, and we can supply that through various grants that are available. So we're still supporting people in need through the furniture shop, through starter packs and other furniture. But also we offer work experience opportunities, and we have a wonderful man on our staff now, Ross, who has come to us through a difficult journey, his own journey through addictions, and he came to do work experience and volunteering from the job centre. And throughout the pandemic, he was there helping us every week for our food bank warehouse and our furniture shop warehouse. And now he's working for us. You know, it's a wonderful story, and it's a reality. He has had a great journey, personal journey, and we're so delighted that he's now able to be a member of staff. Another project, I said we had 4, is Home for Good. So we support the local area, Dave and his team, to help with fostering and adopting in the Bath area. He helps people to come forward as adoptive and fostering parents, but also he helps churches to welcome those families within their church family. So if you haven't had a talk from Dave, please do invite him, because he has a wealth of information about that. So I do appreciate that's such a whistle-stop tour around Genesis Trust. I would really encourage you to look at our website. We have wonderful stories about, you know, real people, because we look at the why. I said I'd say why. Obviously, the why is because we want to love our neighbour, but also the why is to see that transformation in people's lives, to change people's lives, or to see people changing their lives in the good help fashion. So how can we help? How can we help? There's a whole other talk that I could give about how we can individually help people that we see on the street. I'm happy to do that. But how can we help? Donate, obviously. Donate furniture, clothing, food to the food bank. Fundraise if anybody wants to do the Bath half, or abseil, or anything. You know, I joke, but those are some ways that people can help. We love people to volunteer. We have volunteering opportunities if anybody has some time. We love people to engage. You know, please sign up to our newsletter to hear, you know, every month what's going on, and also to pray for our clients, our guests, the work that we do, our staff. Please pray for our staff within our life projects in particular, because, as you can imagine, it's not a straight line for people that we work with. It can be quite wiggly, and we're there for the long time. You know, we're journeying with people very closely, and it can be quite tough on everybody. So please pray for the Genesis Trust staff. I've got a couple of dates. Please come along to the prayer walk next Saturday if you're available. And also we're having a service of celebration in October, 13th of October, to mark the end of the time that Peter Hayward is a trustee. Many of you will know of Peter or know him personally, but he founded Genesis way back 30 plus years ago, and he is stepping down as a trustee, and we want to honour him and everyone else who has been part of our journey over the last 32 years. So finally, just to think about what James wrote in his letter, I love the prayer of Teresa of Avila. You know, 500 years ago, but it's obviously still true today. And I've changed the word yours to ours. And part of her poem was, Christ has no body but ours, no hands, no feet on earth but ours. Ours are the eyes with which he looks compassion on this world. Ours are the feet with which he walks to do good. Ours are the hands which he blesses all the world. Ours are the hands. Ours are the feet, ours are the eyes, we are his body. Thank you.